everybody, Fantastic Skull Modeler. Welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the range of super metallic colours from Mr. Hobby and Mr. Colour. Now, Mr. Colour is the lacquer based version of the Mr. Hobby paints. Now, they do another range of metallics, which is the Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Colours. These are buffable, so you spray these on when they're dry, buff them up with a cloth, and you get a high shine on the raised areas or the areas you can polish, and a low shine on others. So they give a good effect on small engine parts, exhaust, etc. So another range of paints. These are purely lacquer based metallic paints. So you can get these from Martin at www.air-craft.net. There's £6 a bottle, bar this one, which I had to get from the Far East. Sadly Martin doesn't stock that one, I mean, hopefully he will. So the colours we've got are super fine silver, super gold, super iron, super stainless, super titanium, chrome silver, and silver plate next. Not sure why it's called next, must have a reason though. So it's SM1 to 6 that Martin stocks, and then that one, SM8, I got to get from the Far East. It was a lot more expensive as well from the Far East, nearly double the price, but that's by the by. Like I say, £6 a pot. Might sound expensive for a pot of paint. They're 18 millilitres though, so you do get almost double the amount you get in a Tamiya bottle, and they are superb paints. I'll open one up so we can have a look. So there's the bottle, there's the box. Sadly, it's all in Japanese. It does actually say how to use, and it's all in Japanese. So I've no real clue how to use them. I've just been winging it at the minute. So it's just purely guesswork. Now, one thing I did figure out, this one doesn't like to be thinned, so that one doesn't like to be thinned. There was an SM07 which came with a thinner. They got rid of that one, and there's this one now. So look for the SM8 if you're looking for that one from elsewhere. These I've been thinning them with the Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinner, but whether they need thinner or not, I don't know. I'm going to test that in a minute with you guys. So we've got some test pots over there, sprayed up, ready to go. In gloss black base. We'll test this one, the chrome silver, because somebody asked me about it the other day, and we'll do the super fine silver as well. We'll test those. I'm not going to spray them all because we'll be there all day. Now I've got a couple of pieces over here that have been sprayed. Number one, my Ducati Panigale. All that engine, bar the exhaust, the pipe and these tips, that's alkylate magnesium. Everything else there, metal, bar the discs as well, is the super metallics. I absolutely loved using them on this. They worked really well. You can mix the colours to get different tones, and they just work absolutely flawlessly. They are very, very nice. So that gives you an indication of what they can do. So absolutely fantastic. And yesterday I started a new project, and although Mark doesn't sell it, I'm still going to talk about it. This one, the super plate metallic, we sprayed the frame of this FZR 750R with. Now this is over a gloss black base, and as you can see, the finish is very nice. So hopefully, Martin, you can get this one in stock because it is very nice, and I want a few more bottles of it as well. So I'll definitely put an order in if you do get them. But as you can see there, that finish is very nice, very shiny, and exactly what I wanted. We've also done the rocker cover of the engine in it. So again, real nice finish, and a couple of other panels which we'll grab quickly. So as you can see off that plate silver, it's a beautiful finish, it really is. So that's like I say, 6 colours in the range from Martin. This silver plate one, which Martin doesn't stock, hopefully he will. I'll speak to Martin about that. I'm going to take that over. What was the other one we were doing? Superfine silver. Now I've been using these, so this bottle is a bit battle scarred with paint, but we'll go over into spray booth, give them a spray, and we'll show how I've been spraying them. Okay, so we're over in the spray booth. We've got the super metallic superfine silver and the super metallic chrome silver. We've got 2 test pots, as you can see. Go to the overhead cam, done in a gloss black base. For that we've used AK's Extreme Black Base, another fantastic metal paint I've just started using, and that's highly recommended as well. So that gives a very nice base. It's also a lot faster drying than the Alclad Gloss Black Base, which seems to be hit and miss. Sometimes it'll dry lovely, other times it can just stay tacky forever. They are enamel paints, all the Extremes, and the Gloss Black Base Alclad 2 is enamel as well. So slower drying times with enamel, but this stuff seems to dry really quick. I sprayed this 15 minutes ago. It's dry already, no fingerprint there. I mean, it's not totally dry, don't get me wrong, but it's dry enough to paint over. That's what we're going to do. I've taken it in half, each one. What we're going to do is we're going to spray them both out the bottle, neat, and then we're going to thin it, a little bit of thinning, Mr. Hobby level and thinner, just to see what it does. Like I said, there's no real instructions for these, so I've kind of winged it. I've had these now for probably about a month. I've tried them, like I say, on the Ducati, as you've seen over there, on that frame. So it's been a bit of trial and error. I have been thinning them, but after using that plate silver the other day and seeing, basically, when I thinned the plate silver, the finish dulled a lot more than it did when it was unthinned. So I want to see what it is, and I've yet to properly try this chrome. So I want to see what kind of effect we can get. This one is great as a general metallic aluminium colour. It's a beautiful colour, very nice. We're going to be spraying it through another new toy of mine, my little Iwata HP M2, little single action 0.4mm airbrush. There's a bit of a debate. It was between me, not debate, but it was discussion. Rob on the forum, Galileo, was saying that a few people have said that spraying through a single action gives a better finish on a metallic paint, so I thought I'd give it a go. Spoke to Martin, he sent me one, and I'll be reviewing this next month. I've been using it now for about a week, and absolutely love it. No, not a week, probably 5 days. Absolutely loving it. For primers, lacquer paints, etc. Absolutely fantastic. Just as quick and easy to clean as a normal brush, but just, that's it, just the button, it's just like spraying a rattle can, but with a lot more control. Like I say, we'll come back with a review on this a bit more in depth, but this is what we're going to be using now. We're at 24 psi on the compressor. There's no MAC valve on this. I have ordered a separate one, so we will be spraying at 24 psi to see the effect. If we don't get the finish I think we can, I'll lower the pressure and we'll see what we can get. I don't want to be mucking around with the pressure too much if we don't have to. So first off, we'll try, let's do the chrome. We'll do the chrome colour first. Now, they are highly pigmented. You give them a shake, and you bring it up to the camera. Very, very finely pigmented, but what I have been doing is using the paint stirrer to really double check that they are properly mixed. There's a fine line between spilling paint everywhere. That's why I keep the nozzle on the bottom. We'll just give that a quick clean up too. For next time. So we'll spray this neat. So what I'll do, I'll lob some of it into a plastic cup. So we're using the same paint. Be enough, it should be. We'll put a bit more in just in case. There we go. Try and keep your lids clean. I say it all the time, and I'm the worst person for not doing it. So this is the chrome. As you can see, highly pigmented, very, very fine pigments. Unlike Tamiya paints metallics are rubbish. The flakes are huge. I can spot a mile off. Just going to turn the pressure down so we can build it up. Spot a mile off, and someone's used Tamiya because the acrylic, the metallic flakes are so big, it just completely out of scale. So I'm going to pop a spray booth on. I would normally wear a mask as well, not Halloween, I don't just like I'm wearing a mask quite often, but a respirator, just for safety's sake. So what we'll do is we'll put that one to one side, we'll have the unthinned on the left, and then we'll put the thinned on the right. So as always, check your flow. You can see there we're very, very fine. Take down a little bit more. Now, these aren't perfect because normally I'd sand them back and show they're completely smooth, so there are a few irregularities on there. Now we're just coming on. 10 coats, building it up. As you can see, there's a very, very nice finish. See the airbrush, very, very easy to use. It's instinctively just like using a rattle can. There you go. One last go over, and as you can see, that finish is very nice. Got a few bits stuck in there, there's a few hairs and whatnot, but that gives you an indication of what it's actually like. So we'll pop that back in there. Spray what we've got left. Like so, so we're empty now. I'm going to pour a little bit of this back into here because we're not going to need it all. I'm not wasting this paint. It's far too good a paint to waste. And then we're going to grab some Mr. Hobby level and thinner in a different bottle for ease. And we're just going to pop in a bit of a glug. Give it a mix up again. So, pop that there, and then we'll go again. So this is now thinned, probably 50-50 with the level and thinner. And then we'll go for the other side. The level and thinner's got retarder in it, which slows down the drying time of the paint. It's not building up as well as it was, obviously because it's thin. Whether or not we're going to get a better finish because of that, I don't know. Or whether it'll even make a difference, I do not know. But we will find out. Well, I've got the trigger continuously down and coming off the model each time. And there we go. So, is there a difference? Let's say the thinned one. It's a little bit better. Well, we'll put that to one side. We'll let it dry. We'll pop this back in. Put that back in there. Give the airbrush a quick clean. Right, let's try the super fine metallic. So, we'll open it up. And I've used quite a bit of this one. Again, I have been thinning it, so we'll try both ways, thin and unthinned. And we'll have a comparison at the end. There. Right, so we'll pour it into the cup again for consistency's sake. There's. So around you can see Another finely pigmented paint. Airbrush is clean. Pop it in. Definitely a thicker paint. Yeah, definitely a thicker paint this one. But we'll build it up and see what it does. It's a lot duller than it was. Actually a very, very dull finish. I've had a much better finish off this before. I think it's the fact it's not thin. A little bit more. It's a hell of a lot thicker than that last layer of paint. So there you go. There's the unthinned. Not very shiny. Quite gritty. Well, it looks gritty. It's not. It's just not as smooth as the other one. So we'll blast that away. A bit more in there, and that will thin it. So we'll knock it over like that. So we'll go 50-50 again. Like that. Pop it in and try again. That's already spraying a lot nicer than before. So this one definitely benefits from being thin. There's a huge difference there. So about 50-50 of it's the level and thinner. It's going to be trial and error with each colour. See which one. Just make sure when you're doing your paint strokes, whether you're keeping the trigger on or stopping for each pass. If you keep it on, make sure you're going past it each time. Don't stop. There we go. So it's a huge difference. So that is unthinned. So it's quite a dull texture, and that is thin. Massive difference. Really is a huge difference. So we'll put that to one side. We'll let it dry for a minute. I'll put my foam mat and all the paint at the bottom. We'll let it dry for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to just clean out my airbrush. So there you go, a little bit of experimentation. If you've got all the paints, you're going to see that some need to be thin, some don't. The silver plate that I used on that bike chassis definitely doesn't need thinning. I'll take this off. Definitely doesn't need thinning because I could see that was dulling when it was thin, but the likes of, I'd say most of the other colours are going to need thinning. I thinned each and every one for the Ducati with the leveling thinner, and all the colours came out great. As you can see, spraying it neat gave quite a gritty finish that I definitely wouldn't be happy with at all. So we'll just clean that, get that done. Very good little airbrush, absolutely loving this. Like I say, we'll give a review next month. There we go, job done. A little bit of thinner in there. So, let me whip this glove off. Make a bit of room. We'll take this masking tape off. Now, I did put this masking tape on when the base gloss black was wet. So, yeah, it's pulled it off, which I knew it would. So, gives us a nice demarcation between the colours, though. And then chrome, which is over here. Probably do exactly the same, and it does. So, it just goes to show you, you need to really let those base paints dry. So let's start with the chrome. So there's a side by side shot. This is the thin side, that is the unthin side. Quite hard to see on the camera because the high gloss does show through. You have a quick look. The thinned is definitely better. So you've got my fingerprints in there everywhere now. Whilst this is good, and it is very good, it's a little bit duller than the other side. Now, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up on that, but it is not as shiny. So again, thinning the colour does help. Yeah, there's a definite advantage on that, I can see that. So that's a chrome silver out the bottle and thinned with Mr. Leveling Thinner. That's a definite. And this is even more noticeable. So this is out the bottle, and this is thinned with Mr. Colour Leveling Thinner. This is give quite a dull, gritty, in fact it is gritty, finish. It almost reminds me of, it's flat aluminium. It's very much like that colour. So you could use that to your advantage if you want a duller colour. Or very flat aluminium, you could unthin it, use it unthinned. And if you want the look that I've been using on that bike, thin it and you get a much smoother, shinier finish. There's a definite comparison there, without a shadow of a doubt. So there we go, that's it. So Mr. Hobby Super Metallic range of metal colours, definite addition to the paint armory. I've loved them, absolutely loved using them. Various tones, colours. Like I say, you're going to have to experiment with them to see which you're need thinning and which don't. And that's going to be trial and error on your part, but for me, I love them. That chrome is very nice. Very, very nice. So, excellent. With those, and my new extreme metals, I don't think the Alclads will be getting the use they used to do at all. So there we go. Review the Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. If you want to get some, go check out Martin's website, air-craft.net. He's got the full range. And if you want that other one, the plate one, hopefully Martin will get it in stock. But for now, you're going to have to go to the Far East. But hopefully Martin will update us and let us know when he's got it in stock. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you around and I'll see you soon.